we all gotta die. Everybody gonna die.
Correct.
And there's no manual to it, but you have to be able to show these kids, to show your family things or ways, what to do, because it can happen to anybody. Be anybody. And you got to know how to keep going, and you have to keep going.
Been through it all, but we up. We done been through it all, but we here, man.
You mentioned before, you know what I mean, about your other kids, your other sons. You talked about how this has affected you.
Mm-hmm.
How do you think it's affected them? Like, what do you see? You know what I mean, in your sons that this did to them?
I see major changes in them. I had, high expectations, like, college and just different things, but they still have it in them, and I'm just going to pull it out of them. You know what I'm saying? I lost my brother too. So it makes me always go into that, trying to put myself in their shoes, what they're going through. So I can relate to them, how they feeling. But as long as they have somebody just still like pushing them, and like how I am with them, I drag, I talk to them, I encourage them, because it is a process. And you can't tell a person how to grieve or when to stop grieving. I'm trying to be a role model for them. Them seeing, okay, mom is still going, my mom is still trying to, push. Because death, one thing about death, we all gotta die. Everybody gonna die.
Right.
And there's no manual to it, but you have to be able to show these kids, to show your family things or ways, what to do, because it can happen to anybody. Be anybody. And you gotta know how to keep going, and you have to keep going. So it was something that came to me. It was just like, you gotta be an inspiration to your family.
Yeah.
My mom and dad, that's their first grandchild. So, the sadness and stuff like that, it made me kind of hold it back around, my family and just different ones, because I just wanted to be able to inspire them instead of just, damper their moods and stuff like that. But just to be more of a leader with them, you know what I'm saying? Help guide them.
So
my kids.
What are things, because like I said, you mentioned before, just sometimes, it seems like you're good. Other times, you go through the ebbs and flow of emotion.
Mm-hmm.
What are things that you do to help put you back in that mental state of, like you say, I have to push forward, I got to keep going on?
Music, gospel music, you know what I'm saying? I'll play me my gospel, and if I'm in the house, I'm cleaning, just doing anything, I have my music on and stuff like that. Not only that, I'm a part of an organization called Compassionate Friends. And with Compassionate Friends, it's a organization with nothing but women who have lost a child. So, or a loved one, nothing but women. So when I say that they helped me, because, it was times that is one of the mothers, she checked on me like I'm her child. But I was able to get connected to women who really understood me for who I was, and not just thinking that, it's just, a person just grieving, things like that, the rudeness. They want to talk to you. They want to hear about Carnelius. They ask me questions about Carnelius. They want me to open up and stuff. So that helped me along the way. So I have, one of the mothers, me and her, we're pretty close. Like, we'll go out, maybe eat and just talk about things. So she'll invite me over, and we'll sometimes cry together, get it on out, because everybody's not going to understand it. You can't be like this around everybody. So
do you feel like it's easier for you to have these type of conversations with a stranger as opposed to a family member?
I would say that.
How come?
Well, not just a stranger, but someone who can relate. Okay. Just another mother.
Okay.
Another mother has lost a child is going to understand me more. And I'm going to understand her as well. So just opening up and speaking to those type of people is the ones that I really like.
Yeah.
But just, family, we're going to still show love, Carnelius, and things like that. But when I'm with other mothers who can relate, it kind of just makes me warm. Like, instead of feeling, they're gonna understand me. So
correct. No, I get it, because I mean, I was always that person who, always went to funerals, always showed up to support people when somebody passed away. But man, when I went through that tragedy, it totally like changed and shaped my perspective. I can't do those things the way that I used to be able to do them. You know what I mean? And it's like some people look at it as being, you know, they use the word selfish or whatnot, but it's like anytime a couple of months after smooth transition, my best friend, they found her nephew unresponsive. And when she made that phone call, you know what I'm saying, to me, and I heard that, you know what I mean? Because first she sent me a text message, and in the text message, I'm just like, I'm not really understanding what's going on. And so then when she called me, it automatically took me back to when I made that phone call to her. So it's like I'm hearing her, but it's like I'm hearing myself.
Right.
You know what I mean? So I tell people like I just move differently now because I have an understanding, and you don't want to have that understanding, you know what I mean? But at the same time, you know what I mean? It puts me back in that place. And so I'm not able to go to people's services like how I was before. Like I can be there for the individual, you know what I mean? But it just puts me back in that emotional state, you know what I mean? That I'm not even healed from yet.
Right.
Been through it all, but we up. We done been through it all, but we here, man. Been through it all, but we up. We done been through